Hello, Maxtivity artists. It's time to stop, drop, and art. Did you know that last week was the Chinese New Year? My family had Chinese food to celebrate. But in China, they have fireworks and they have parades, and usually there's people dressed up like a Chinese dragon. It takes a lot of people to make one Chinese dragon. One person is inside of a big mask for the head, and then the other people are inside of the costume to make the body. And they snake around, and they're all kind of like dancers. I've seen Chinese dragons before. They're very cool. I have a little dragon with me today. This is Puff. Maybe you've heard of Puff the Magic Dragon. It's a great song. If you haven't ever heard the song Puff the Magic Dragon, you need to look it up on YouTube and listen to it today. Great song. So today we're gonna make a little dragon paper bag puppet. I'm pretty sure you've made paper bag puppets before. So this will just be a little different. You're gonna need construction paper and glue and scissors and probably markers or crayons and a paper lunch sack. So I have a nice bright piece of construction paper. You can use any color that you want. I'm going to trace my hand. Just like that. Why did I do that? These are going to be the frills on the dragon. Now, I could trace my hand twice to cut out two different hands. Or I could take another piece of paper that's the same size and the same color, and I could stack them, and then I could cut out my hand. And if I do that, then I'm cutting out two hands at once. So half the work. It's always nice to figure out ways to make our work a little easier. Some people make a living out of that, trying to find ways to make our work easier. I know I'm pretty happy about the invention of the dishwasher and the washing machine. Whoever did that sure made my work a lot easier. And indoor heating, that's nice. You don't have to always be building a fire. So if I did this correctly, voila! I have two hands now. These are going to go on the back of the dragon's head and make kind of frills behind his head, kind of like gills or ears. All right, so now I'm going to take my paper bag and I'm going to open it up. This is not a lunch bag, but it's about the same size as a lunch bag. This is actually from the store for getting, you know, sometimes they have those little bags to put cards and stuff in. I'm going to stand my lunch bag up on the piece of paper that I want to be the face. And then I'm just going to kind of draw kind of an oval around it. Oops, it moved. Around my lunch bag. Because that will be about the size of the face. Okay. Now I'm going to cut this out. That's kind of a sloppy oval, but maybe when I'm cutting it out I can make it a little better. Now you can see the line on that side, but if I flip it over, you can't see it as much. So I'm gonna now close my bag like this. So the bottom of the bag that I just drew this oval around is flat. And that's what I'm going to glue the face to, is that part. I want my bag to still be able to open up like this. So I'm gonna be gluing it onto this part. But before I glue it on, I wanna decorate it like a dragon. So we're going to draw a dragony face in Chinese dragon style. So usually they have big round eyes. So the first thing we'll do is we'll take a crayon or a pencil or a marker and we'll make 2 big round eyes. Just like that, 2 circles. And then we'll make 2 big nostrils. Maybe go like this. Make it look kind of like a dragon nostril. And let's do some fiery, let's do some kind of fiery eyelashes. Like that. 1, 2, 3. Maybe you have your own ideas of what you want your dragon's face to look like. Might put a circle inside the circle. And you could do pupils like this. That kind of looks dragonish, doesn't it? I think I'll leave a shine spot inside that pupil. But I'm going to go ahead and color it in with my marker. You can make your dragon face however you want, but that's how I'm going to do mine. And I'm going to take a crayon and I think I'll take a red crayon and I'm going to color those eyelashes. I have a very rough table. All the texture from my table is coming through when I color. If you don't want that to happen, you have to put something underneath, like a book or a thick pad of papers or a bunch of newspaper or something. That's okay, it gives it some interesting texture. And I think I'll do some blue around here. Chinese dragons are usually lots of different colors, and usually bright yellows and oranges and greens, whatever you want, whatever you feel like. And maybe I'll take, do I have a black crayon? Don't know if I think this is a black crayon. And I'll color, nope, it's not. Well, what do you know? I don't have a black crayon. I suppose I could color his nostrils black inside his nostrils if I wanted to. But like I said, you can do what you want with your dragon face. Doesn't have to look just like mine. We're gonna do scales later too. Not on the face, but on other parts of our dragon. And let's see, I think that's pretty good. That's all I want to do right now on the face. So before I glue the face to the paper bag, I want to glue my hands. They're gonna go behind the face. So I'm gonna take the hands and I'm gonna put them on like this. My thumbs will look kind of like little horns. I'm gonna take some glue. You could use a glue stick or Elmer's glue. And I'm just gonna put some glue. I can never get the glue to come out. Okay, right here. And stick this hand on. And remember, I'm putting it on the bottom of the bag. See how it opens? I've got it open flat, and I'm doing it on the bottom of the bag. The part of the bag that sits when I stand the bag up, this is the part of the bag that sits on the table, that touches the table. And another one there. So they're just symmetrical. We have symmetry going on here, right across from each other. Okay, then I'm going to place my dragon face right there in between those so that, see, the thumbs kind of stick out and look like horns and the fingers kind of look like dragon frills. So I'll just have to put glue right on that. I'll make a kind of a rectangle of glue. And I will put my dragon's face right there. Let me move this piece of paper so you can see it better. Got a lot going on here. Lots of messy stuff going on here. I am a messy artist. I have to admit it. Nice. Okay, this is looking cool. All right. It's a well-fed dragon. So Now we want to decorate this part, the belly of the dragon. And there's lots of different ways we could do that. We could just draw it and draw texture on. We could do like, we could do dragon scales. Let's do some dragon scales. So I didn't do the mouth, but we'll do that later. We're gonna do dragon scales starting like right here underneath where the face covers up. So just gonna open that up a little bit. And we're just gonna do some U's going all the way across. Now, if you don't want to do U's, you could do V's. If you want your dragon scales to be more pointy. Or you could do a variety of both. Let's see. This time I'm gonna go up so that the top of each U touches the bottom of the other row. See, you could do that with your V's as well. I like the U's better. All right. And you could do another row inside of that if you want to do some little U's, little separate U's. See, I'm just giving you some different ideas of how you could create texture on your dragon to make it look like dragon scales and just to make it look more interesting. You could do that. And then you could color this, or you could do it with paper. So here's an idea. You could cut out, if you really like to cut things out, a whole bunch of circles. I'm folding my paper multiple times so I can cut out a whole bunch of circles at once. I folded my paper once, twice. I can even fold it again if I can cut through all that. You don't want to make it so thick you can't cut through it. But now I can cut out a nice big circle. And I have not just one circle, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I could lay those on my dragon and glue them down. Now watch what I'm gonna do. This is if you don't wanna just draw your scales. You don't need to do both of these things. I'm just showing you different things you can do. So, oh, I have more than 5. So I can do a row of scales like this and glue them down. And then I can put another row. Oops, I need to start at the bottom, don't I? Gotta start at the bottom if you're gonna do this, kids. Gotta start at the bottom and work your way up because you want the next row of scales to cover the one below it. And then you would just keep doing that all the way up. And you could do different colors. Let's do another color. Let's do orange. So I'm gonna take a piece of orange paper and I'm gonna fold it multiple times. And then I'm going to cut a circle about the same size as the yellow circle. And now, if I were to glue these down, I'm not gluing them down, but if I glued them down, I would do the next row just right over top of the first row. And what might look fun is if I mix the colors up. So I think we'll actually glue some down. This is too hard to show you without actually doing it. So you could just color that and be done. Or let's go ahead and mix up some orange and yellows and see how it looks. It's hard to do it without gluing them. Any day now. I need a new bottle of glue, don't I? Okay, I'm just gonna put little swirly glue on like this. I'm gonna do 2 rows. So I'm gonna go make a pattern. Yellow, orange, yellow, orange, and then do a yellow. See how I'm overlapping them? Overlapping them like dragon scales would overlap a little bit. Then I could do another row up here. Why did I stand my glue bottle up? I don't know. Oh, you could use a glue stick. That might be good too. And I'm just building them up, and see how they're looking like scales? Oh, I have a helper that's gonna give me another row of glue. Problem is I'm running out of scales. I only got this one. So I've got to cut a few more. So we're creating texture on our dragon. And I think I might have to switch to red because I don't seem to have any more yellow. So I'm going to fold up a piece of red paper. Just going to fold it this way and then maybe fold it like that and like that. And then I'll cut out sort of a circle. It doesn't have to be a perfect circle. And now I can put some red ones on. If I had started with red and yellow and orange, I could have a mixture going through the whole thing, but that's all right. So lots of different ways we could make our dragon scales. It's actually not the year of the dragon, it's the year of the bull or the ox this year, but eh. Oh, you know what would be cute if we put a little pink cheek on each side of the dragon. I think we should do that. And put a little red cheek. Maybe his cheeks are full of fire. They're hot. Maybe he's getting ready to breathe fire, so his cheeks are flaming red hot. I need another circle for the other cheek. All right, they're not exactly the same size, but that's okay. Now, what do we still need to do? We still need to do the mouth. Because half the fun of a paper bag puppet is opening the mouth and looking inside. So go ahead and open up your mouth. Put the whole head flat on the table. See how I did that? You're not bending it. And fold back the paper bag. So the head is flat on the table and I folded back the paper bag. The belly is up. So this crease right here is the center of the mouth. So we want to put the top of the mouth and the bottom of the mouth. And you could have like a shape in the middle that's the tongue. It doesn't look like a tongue, does it? Maybe we need to have the tongue looking more like a dragon tongue. That's just looking weird. Maybe no tongue. Let's just do some teeth. And maybe you want to color the whole inside red. Or, that probably wouldn't work very good. Well, I kind of messed that up, but I could still, hopefully you're not using a marker, you're using a pencil so you can erase. I could just color that all, except for the teeth, of course. I want those to be white. With my crayon. And let's make his teeth white so they stand out. What? No black crayon and no white crayon. Well, maybe my assistant can get me a white chalk pastel over there. I thought I had one sitting out. Maybe they're in that black tub with the holes in it. Yes, I really need to clean up my art area. Does your art area get pretty messy? Mine gets very messy. She found it! Amazing. Okay, so going to color those teeth white. Ooh, look how they stand out. So now we close the mouth back up, but when we open the mouth, you would see that. All right, it's time to try the puppet on for size. So I just fit my hand in there and put my fingers in the mouth, and my dragon puppet has come to life. Hello, grr, see my big teeth? And look we have texture on his nose. Looks like he has kind of a lumpy, bumpy nose. And we have texture on his scales. You could put some texture on his frills if you want. Or maybe draw some scales on his cheeks, or maybe on his forehead, draw a few scales. What do you think? I think I'm perfect. Rawr. So I would love to see what your dragons look like. I hope you had fun with your paper bag puppet, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.